6 seconds. Well, hello. This is Happy Valley Hobbies, and these are hobbies that make me happy. Uh, well, since I missed doing November 1st, I have decided to, try it on a weekday and all that, and see what happens there. But relatively uneventful weekend. What I have to say, I wound up doing something that I found out that I had the wrong week on. And if I'd known it was a different week, I probably would have, instead of heading east, I would have headed west and possibly went to the Syracuse Model Train Show. But since I was heading east, realizing that, when I got there, had the wrong weekend, it's like, no, I don't want to, I already drove 2 hours away. And then it's like, that means not only had to go past my house was another 2 hours, but then go another 3 hours after that. And it's like, nah, I had enough driving. So that's why I did not do that. So I'm assuming a lot of people are going to be watching this on the replay because I just decided to turn around and just click live and all that, and here we are. Let's go to YouTube. On here. And go here, turn the sound way down, and there we are. Oh, hello there, Kyle. Thank you for coming in. Let's go back to, let's see, video clip of that. One thing I want to see about eventually doing is maybe playing around with the sounds more. But it's one of those things of eventually I'll get one planning is the last video that I did was disassembling another locomotive to have that regauged. So theoretically, once I get everything up and operating, I'll have 2 locomotives. I guess I did hear back from LaBelle. Apparently their ordering person was out on vacation, and so they're back from vacation, and also apparently they've lost one of their key members, unfortunately. It's one of the disadvantages of having I want to say having older gentlemen, running a business and all that, out of passion, but one of those things of life happens, or it's in this case the end of life, or that's, I'm assuming. They didn't actually say. Yeah, actually, I think the email didn't actually say that they died, but they did lose somebody, which suggested that they died. But let's switch cameras. And as you can see, a lot of stuff I've been working on. Bouncy can. Oh, put this over here. Now, one of the things that I found out, one of the things that I bought from Northwest Shortline was a smaller motor to replace the original size motor. And as you can see, the new motor is almost the same size as the armature of the old one. I believe they are the same power, because I'm assuming that this has rare earth magnets in it, where this does not have, I want to say common earth, I guess. But this is the body of the new one. Now this is the one that's been converted. I took the cab off, and by sort of positioning where the motor is, it looks like the motor is going to be completely in the firebox. It's almost like a new tooling for the Bachmann stuff, but pretty much the same way. Let's see. Oh, hello there, James and Colonel Cotton Belt, Jason. Ooh, heading out to chasing train soon. Well, since it's one of those things of, since I live near the Vermont Railway. It actually passes by my workplace, but they don't run steam engines, so I'm not really that enthusiastic of chasing modern equipment. Another thing is that I also got the correct wheels and insulators for Northwest Shortline, so now I have insulated axles, as shown by the not sure if you can see it, but the little black insulator. They come in packages of what was it now? Packages of 16? Yeah, packages of 16. So now I have the appropriate wheels, and they are also now insulated. So now I'm just waiting on LaBelle to have their trucks come in, so I can turn around and take care of them. Now I gotta figure out. Actually, I don't even have to take this one apart. Or no, wait a second, I do, because I still have to take the wheels off. But my plan for today is to make more axles and regauge the wheels. This we can remove. A little bit of clearance there. Let's put this back in the box over here. Let's put the motor and the worm gear in here. And I might as well put the other gear in here also. That right there. That's that's the actual miniature motor, the worm, and the replacement gear. That goes with that. And, oh, okay, Jason. Yes, it is standard and broad gauge. From what I understand, I'm one of the rare people that are doing broad gauge. Over in Britain, there's an actual club out there that does the Burnell gauge, which is 7 foot, so it's even wider than this. I do 6 foot gauge, which winds up being it's a millimeter narrower than, well, approximately a millimeter narrower than S gauge. And apparently this particular model, it's the Dixie Belle from, well, started off with Mantua, but then eventually went to Tyco. And it's 1/76 scale, or almost 00 scale. And the reason why I went with this particular model is because the cylinder spacing is about right. And not only that, just like with narrow gauge locomotives being smaller than standard gauge, it just makes sense to have broad gauge locomotives larger than standard gauge. Yes, there was a triple gauge track. I can't think of the name of the bridge. There's a bridge that goes between, that's in, I want to say Buffalo, New York. It was a combination of, it actually had 4 rails on it. The center 2 rails were standard gauge. One of the outside rails was for the Erie in New York 6 foot gauge. And I think the other one was I want to say Grand Trunk 5'6" gauge. Okay. Okay, well, thank you for coming in, Anfield. Good luck with your editing. That's one thing I want to see about eventually doing is wait, gotta double check something here. Which one is this leading? This is down. This is down. That goes. That turns that way. That means that turns that way. So, I mean, it's not important that they be exactly the same, but might as well keep consistency. So I think that's what. Now, if we do that, then flip that over. Yeah, it looks like I flipped the leads on these, because that is that way. Uh, okay, triple, broad, standard, and narrow. That I would assume possibility. Because like right, the thing is that there was a time that there was no standardized gauge. It wasn't until, well, at least in the Americas, it became the standard gauge became standard after the transcontinental uh, railroad, and even then it was more of a there's as far as I know there's still no official standard. Uh, it's just that when the Transcontinental Railroad became what it is, just the different railroads decided, okay, since the Transcontinental Railroad is 4 foot 8.5, and we want to get stuff from one end of the country to the other, let's make everything 1 inch or 4 foot 8.5 inches. From my understanding, the Pennsylvania Railroad and I believe what became the New York Central was actually 4 foot 9 inches, which technically is broad gauge. Ooh, yes. Australia has narrow and broad gauge and standard. I forgot which side of the country is set up that way, but that's how that's set up. All right. Well, let's start disassembling these. I do have. Oh, there we go. These are all the wheels that need to be disassembled, and this is actually disassembled from this one. Because originally when I did this one, it was, whoa! Okay, that was annoying. Yeah, it survived. Yeah, triple gauge switch, not only probably looks confusing, but also would probably be very, very hard to maintain and fix, I would assume. All right. Because my phone did a notification. Okay, that's for my appointment tomorrow. But yeah, unfortunately, when my phone did notifications, it vibrated, which caused it to fall off. There we go. Yeah, that Colonel Cotton Belt, I would have to say that's the way it looks. Yeah, Australia, I think, is the only place that I'm aware of that has. Oh, wait a second. India also has broad and narrow gauge. Their broad gauge is, if I remember correctly, 5 foot, 5.5 foot. Same as BART. All right, let's see. Need to take this out. This one has the hole in it. one that has the rod in it. Ah, here it is. That's the one with the rod. It's also supposed to be a flat one here also. There's the flat one. All right. So let's throw this in here. One interesting, I would have to say one interesting turnout that I remember seeing was it's an older style called a stub switch. And there's a place, I forgot exactly where it is, but there is a let's take these out while I'm talking. The lap switch yard. Oh, I'm not quite sure what a lap switch is. But now the interesting is with a stub switch, since you're moving the incoming rail, you can have multiple oh, wait a second. I just happened to realize something. Is Colonel Cotton Belts, is that Jason the Train Freak? He changes oh, wait a second. This is an insulated tire, so I don't need to take that off. Is it yeah, it's Captain Cotton Belt. I guess not. I guess not. I did not see that video. I mean, for myself, I'm still trying to figure out a new new time slot, because there's times that I want to do something on a Sunday night. That's why I was stopped doing Sunday nights. I tried Sunday or Saturday mornings, but found out that I've been working second shift so long that I'm no longer a morning person. We got that one. Ooh, let's see. Let's go back to messages on, I want to say, in order instead of top messages. I still don't understand how top messages work, but pop that off. That over here. Oh, something I realized I took the. Oh, yeah, never mind. So I pulled the wrong one off, but I happened to realize it. I said, "Yeah, wait a minute, that's an insulated one." And then it's like, duh, of course it's insulated. It's got the rubber on. Pull that off. Oh, so there. All right, let's see now. That's Kyle. That's where I'm at right now. It's second shift. Almost done going a whole year now, and there's times that I'm wishing that I was back on first shift. I think these are all the insulated ones. And we make these uninsulated ones, which probably have to turn around and double check. Now we'll pull this out. Oh, that's good to know, Jason. Yeah, I haven't found my new spot yet, so I'm still figuring that out. But from what I understand, a lot of YouTube channels don't usually last too long after 5 years, even the most successful ones, because of, well, insert reason. Hello, Randall. Thank you for coming in. Speaking of someone that has really odd hours working. Oh. Well, that's annoying. That's not going to work. All right, guess we got to take this all the way back out. We'll put the one that, well, I'm not planning on saving those axles anyway, so. Yeah, that's why I'm sort of thinking I'm going random, I guess. It was nice it is sort of kind of nice to have a schedule, but what I was doing was starting finding out what let's see if we move the camera just a bit. Find out what a popular setup was, like STS, and then turning around and, sort of like being the unauthorized pre-show. But now I'm getting to the point of going, me. It's enough to pop it off. Well, I would have to say originally, well, because of Heath, blame Heath on it. He was one who was sort of, I wouldn't say pressure, but more of a, hey, you should start your own YouTube channel. Of course, I was unemployed at the time, and it was, during the pandemic, so it made sense. And then, now these are plastic, if I remember correctly, so it doesn't matter which direction they are in. And that was sort of like the idea of turning this into turning it into a career. About a month in, I did something silly and I got employed. So I was not really concentrating on making the channel work because I was concentrating on, having an actual job. Ooh. Nice, Kyle. Now I'm trying to remember how I took these off from the original. Okay, it looks like he did it this way. And that's looks what they did is they just took the axles that they had on everything else and just squished it on that way. Oh, wait, is this longer? Oh, this is longer. Now, my suggestion, Kyle, is do one bit at a time and test everything. Put down a rail, test to make it sure it has the right continuity, solder on the next rail, do the same thing, and rinse and repeat. It's very annoying when you turn around and you put down a whole entire track section and you find out that something went awry somewhere and you don't know where it is. But if you do like one piece at a time, everything was working up into that one point, and then you can just concentrate on fixing what went wrong in that specific area. But I do admit there's times that I don't follow my own advice, and all of a sudden I'm, just get into building things, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait a minute, something went wrong somewhere, and I don't know where that thing went wrong. And I have to say, remembering it's probably the easy part. Actually, doing it is probably the harder part. Right, so that is done. That's been de-wheeled. Didn't get it all the way through. And Flix track is the way to go if you're doing large amounts of rail. Unfortunately, since I'm doing this broad gauge stuff, there is no commercially available stuff out there, so everything has to be hand laid. Gotcha. All right, that was the easy part. Now for the not so easy part. Now to let us measure this. Now, since I'm basically transcribing sides and not necessarily measuring stuff, extra. All right, cutting. Knew I should have grabbed. Now, sir, my MO of not getting fully prepared. Use this to sort of mark where it needs to be cut. Again, make it longer so it gives me enough room to sand one side flat. Okay, now those are marked. Now let's see if we can find something to actually cut this thing. Oh, there we are. Hey, Jerry, thank you for coming in. Didn't see you sneak in. Let's see. All right, looks like you got about 15 more minutes. First things first, we'll cut the large one off first so it becomes a little less unwieldy. Just doing this over the track is probably not the smartest thing to do. There we go. Well, sounds pretty good, Jason. Or not Jason, Kyle. I mean, unfortunately, one of the things that are sorely with bathroom projects. Jason, is this a honeydew project or something that is like, yeah, we probably should take care of this? Hello there, Eugene. I thank you very much for the thumbs up. I think as I explained earlier, I'm not sure if this is going to be a permanent schedule, but it's one of those things of I now have a deadline to get this layout operational. The Great Train Extravaganza, which is going to be literally next month. And I'm hoping to have this operational. Maybe some things that are scenic. I got wheels, for changing gauges and all that. But right now, I think the major thing I'm waiting out for is trucks from LaBelle. Country think cast iron. Ooh. Yeah, it's one of those things that unfortunately sometimes when things are done, like this will stay forever. And in fact, no. And as for me, I'm just still trying to figure things out. I mean, it's not this. Wow, this is taking a lot longer than expected. Wow, I'm only about halfway through. I'll still have 2 more cuts. After I've finished cutting this up, I'll probably end the stream at this time. I do have. Let's see. We do have two smaller pieces of rod that's for well, for the smaller stuff. This is 1/8, and I think for the axles it's 1/16. Steering that bind. Yeah. Tables, Margaret tables, miter saws, or a Dremel would be nice. I mean, I got a cheap knockoff version, but it's not very popular at all. I'm actually trying to think what they did last time when I made these axles. So I have a feeling it was not as arduous. Yeah, it could lead to an angle cut. That's why. That's one of the reasons why I cut these a little extra long, so I can turn around and have room to file them flat. Of course, now that I'm looking for my automation sander. I'll turn around and oops. And I can turn around and use my automation sander to hello, Kabish. As you can see, I'm slowly getting rid of the stuff on that. Almost there. I'll get away with bevel on it, or chamfer with the correct one. Well, hello there, Eugene. And it's gonna be good enough for now. But yeah, it's the Great Train Extravaganza is what I'm aiming for to have the layout, locomotives, and all that fun stuff done. Right now, sort of kind of depends on specifically. I'm planning on it. Actually, I'm hoping to have the this layout that you're looking at actually at the show. Probably will not be with the normal group I hang out, which is the Capital District Train Club. But they're going to be there. Hello there, Brad. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, I'm planning on being at the Great Train Extravaganza, which is in a month from now. Normally I'm with the HO. Well, it used to be called the Catskill, Adirondack, and Berkshire, but now they decided just to call it the Capital District Railroad. Which is fine, but the thing is that you get to a point where you're going like, okay, which capital? Because there's 50 of them. But I wasn't there during their decision to change it, so oh well. Now I know I have something better to hold on to this. Or at least I thought I did. Nuts. I wonder if this makes it a little bit easier. It's going to mangle the end, but I got plenty of rod. think first time I did this, I think I had a pipe cutter. But if I remember correctly, the pipe cutter, you get only about halfway through before breaking off. So, let's go back this way again. Hmm. Ooh. That's not good. Hope we didn't lose any rolling stock. Oh, didn't mash at the end too badly. So I don't know how warped everything else is at this point. Oh, all right. Well, scenery can be replaced, and I almost want to say it's sort of kind of realistic in real life that scenery gets replaced a lot. Oh, all right. That must have been the way I did it originally. All right. Now, do I have enough leverage for what I want to do now? Just need 2 pair of pliers on this one. Let's see if we can do this without breaking the flesh cut pliers. These are not flush cuts, so if they break, they break. You do have an option I could use. However, it's out of frame. All right. That's done. That's done. Ooh, nice. So I'm assuming if it wasn't for the misfortune, you wouldn't have took advantage of the fortune. Let's loosen this up. That's this might not work. Let's try. There's plenty of meat on that one. All right. Well, looks like we got 2 out of 3, possibly. Yeah, let's. Ah. Yes, it is, Kyle. This is a grab this so I can actually. It's the Ultimation Sander. It's a Canadian product. Let's flip it on this side. Company is Ultimation. It's a Canadian, it's CA, not CO. The way I look at it is that I wound up building a trestle, which you required a lot of precise angles. And the way I look at it is that if you're going to be doing a very large project where there's a lot of precise angles that you have to do, and they're not necessarily your standard 45, 60, 30 degrees, I would have to say go and buy this. But if you're doing, your average 60, 45, 30 angles, you can probably get away with a much more cheaper one. This particular one, not only can you change the angle of what you want, I got this, which is called a repeater. This is an add-on for this, where you can turn around and repeat the same exact. Basically this is spring-loaded, and what happens is that, say if you needed 12 square feet, you would set this up, get something that's 12 square feet, put it on here, and it would keep on standing until it hit this stop, and then all your things are at the same height. It actually has, from what I understand, 2 ball bearings in here, high precision ball bearings. So it'll last you a long time. Basically, this guy didn't like the sanders that were out there, so he built his own, and then people wanted the same exact thing. It is multiple adjustable, where you can move the whole thing back and forth, so you're not doing basically putting a groove into the sandpaper. It uses 5-inch sanding discs that you can get at any hardware store. He's also put a rubber strip on the edge here, so if you want to do really small stuff. But he recently just came out with a chopper, which is as the same level as this, but I haven't gotten that because I'm probably going to wait until I get another large project to do before buying that thing, because I'm looking at it going like, this is not cheap. But if you're scratch building a lot of stuff that has to have very odd angles, I would say it's worth it. Now, especially if you're building a trestle or a snow shed or a bridge or an oddball scratch building a house out of, literally out of stick, I would go with this. But if you're it's one of those things of you only get your worth out of it if you use it. If you don't do that much sanding, you can get away with something a lot much cheaper, in my opinion. But yeah, when you're building when you're building stuff like like this, where this has a bunch of different angles, this probably is a very good very good investment, especially if we're building a trestle, because trestles do not have uh, normal angles on them. And, yeah, my thought process today was actually having these wheels re-gauged, but it looks like I got the wheels off and halfway to actually making axles for them. So let's see now. What time is it? Yeah, I guess it's time to start wrapping this up. It's been over an hour. Yeah, time for the bouncy cam. And switch back to the cameras. Back to the webcam. All right, Randall, thank you for coming in. And I'm heading out as well. So I'll let everyone say goodbye to Randall. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, I think this is a decent time, I guess. When you're working second shift, you're out of sync of pretty much everybody, so we'll have to deal with it then and there, I guess. So, but yeah, I haven't gotten a scheduled time. The reason why I like a scheduled time, because then it sort of forces me to keep going. This YouTube, because of the content I've had to create, I've actually done a lot more modeling than I have I was an armchair modeler before. It's like I would put something together every now and then and all that. But now I've let's see. Well, let's see. At least one. Well, on my third diorama, I've built, well, technically two layouts. Neither one of them is scenic. They sort of, one's a standard gauge layout, which is 8 foot long, 2 foot wide. I got sidetracked by the broad gauge stuff, so that's why I'm doing a broad gauge layout now, which is all hand laid track, because, well, they don't make the track, and trying to re-gauge everything. So that's taken a lot longer than expected, but I'm getting there. And so it's one of those things I'm hoping that eventually get to a point of having not only a working layout, but also working equipment on that layout. I could technically cheat now and use standard gauge stuff, but just wouldn't go through the whole entire layout. Plus, there's something I had to fix with the selector plate. So until the selector plate is fixed, once that big hurdle is taken care of, then I'll do what needs to be done. And hopefully, as I said, my deadline right now is the Great Train Extravaganza, which is about a month from now. So there's probably going to be a little bit more uh, since the past couple of months. Since the past month or so, I haven't really been doing live streams. Now I'm going to see about picking up that pace. So theoretically be ended up with the same amount like I did last year. But if it doesn't that way, it's this I want to say, like with Rainbow Bell, this is a hobby. Yeah, I'm, as much as I would say yes, I'm here for the money. Um, there is no money to be found with the 148 subscribers. So, but well, I guess that's it for today. And so I believe the world needs more love. So find your passion, add some silliness to it, and spread it around. Bye, everyone.